So, so this is a take two on yesterday's video. We had so many problems with that one. So you guys know pretty much how to solve almost all the main straight line equation problems, okay? And I think there might be one or two things I might do in addition to this, but then we'll be moving on. But one thing that you have to understand is sometimes when you solve an equation, you have a very weird experience, okay? And it's like, unless you've seen it and understand what it means, it won't make sense, right? So I want you to know that when you get these, I see, and it makes sense, and you know what the right answer is. But there are many times when you solve an equation, or sometimes when you solve an equation, where the answer is there is no solution. There's nothing x could be in order to satisfy that equation. Or other times there are situations where you can have an infinite number of possibilities for x. No matter what, you could use x could be any number. So it's an infinite number of numbers. Does that make sense? So you're going to see some different ones. So we're going to first talk about the ones with zero solutions. So let's try this one. We have 2x plus 4 minus 2x equals 10. Are there any like terms in this that I could deal with, Harrison? 2x and negative 2x. 2x, what's 2x minus 2x? 0 x's, right? So really they just cross out. You agree with me? Yeah. So really that just gives me 4 equals 10. Did we just mathematically prove that 4 equals 10?
Yes.
No. Does 4 equal 10? No. So does anybody know how to say, does anybody know how to change an equal sign into a does not equals? You can put a little line right through it like that. So 4 does not equal 10. Now let's look and see what happened. The x's completely eliminated themselves, right? Because I had 2 x's and then I took away 2 x's, so I had no x's. So I have no x's in here at all. So I don't have it, it's not going to say x equals something. It just says something that is a non-truth, right? 4 does not equal 10. I mean, it said 4 equals 10. Well, that's a non-truth, so I put not equals. All right, that means no matter what x is, x disappears. It disappears. If x were 1,000,000, it would be 2,000,000 minus 2,000,000, which is nothing, right? If x were 1,000, it would be 2,000 minus 2,000, nothing. And that just leaves us with 4 equals 10, which we know is not true. So there is no solution. And we know that because your final set here says something that is wrong. Does that make sense? It's just not true. So we know that so the answer is this: no solution.
Wait, can we just put that on test?
Say what?
If we get that on like homework test, we use that no solution?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow.
Because the final thing that you ended up with was a non-truth, right? So there's nothing x could be. Because x crosses out. So there you can't, I mean, it's whatever. Let's try this one. Maybe this one will work. We'll see. So we got 4x plus 3. And everybody knows now that you got to do the distributive property to get rid of the parentheses, right? So that equals 4x minus 14, okay? So, and we notice there's x's on both sides. We got to get rid of those x's on both sides, right? Definitely. So we're going to subtract 4x from this side, and we'll subtract 4x from this side. And let's see, what's going on here? Those are going to cross out, right? 4x's minus 4x's, 4 apples minus 4 apples, right? 0, right? So I have 3 equals, those are going to cross out. Is equal to negative 14.
No.
So what's my answer?
No solution.
Absolutely no solution. All right? So that was number 2. Let's now do number 3. What if I had 4x plus 8 is equal to 2 times 2x plus 4. All right. So again, right, I got to get rid of I got to use distributive property, right? So, realizing this Elvis on here. Okay, so I've got 4x, just going to rewrite this, 4x plus 8 equals, and then I'm going to do this. So that's, what is that, 4x plus 8. Huh. That's interesting. 4x plus 8 equals 4x plus 8?
Wait, right? Yeah, that's,
Is that true?
it's for x equals 0.
Do we know that's true?
Yeah, because like, look, if you did if x equals 0, then, it would be like 4 times 0, and 4 times 0, that's both 0, and 8 equals 8.
So technically, we have a true statement here. Don't you agree with me?
Yeah.
So let's go one step further. Let's get all the x's on the same side, right? So let's just subtract 4 x's. And we subtract 4 x's, and then suddenly, these cross out. So we have 8 equals, these cross out, we have 8.
And 8 does equal 8. So that's, x is 0.
Yeah.
So x is 0.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
That's one possibility.
No, it could be anything. It could be one, it could be
Solution.
Well, let's say x was 1. Let's try it. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 8. 8 plus 4 is 12, equals 8 plus 12. I mean, what am I saying?
Let's say,
What did I just say? 4 plus 8. Right? Okay. Great. I always do this on the video. Okay. So 2. So we got 4 times 2 is 8, plus 8 is 16. 4 times 2, they're the same thing, right? That could be anything. I could have a million. I could have a billion. I could have a trillion. I could have a quadrillion. I could have a nonillion.
can you have a million?
That's 1 with 30 zeros. Right? I could have all these numbers. X could be anything. So this is what I would say. I would say infinite solutions. Isn't that cool?
Wait, what is one with 30 zeros after it called?
With 30 zeros? No
Yeah.
million. One no
No
million.
million?
No million.
What if they had infinite?
So, alright. So, does that make sense? Let's do one more, sort of like that, and see if we can. Let's just try to do one. How about this one? 4. We'll make it harder. So we'll try negative 28 equals negative 7 parenthesis 3x plus 4 plus 21x. Oh, that looks scary, right? That looks quite scary. But what do we know immediately that we have to do?
Distributive property.
Distributive property, right? So that's the first thing, and then maybe we can find some like terms that we can do. So this isn't going to change. So that's just going to be negative 28 is equal to, what's that?
Negative 21.
Negative 21x, and then minus 28, right?
Yeah.
Okay, plus 21x. Okay, now do we see any like terms? So we have negative 21x plus 21x. What does that do?
Cancels them out.
They cancel out, right? They cancel out. So that leaves me with negative 28 is equal to negative 28.
Infinite solution.
Right? That's a true statement. Negative 28 equals negative 28. So it's a true statement, therefore there are an infinite number of possibilities.
Wait,
That could be negative
Solutions.
10. Ow!
Can we just do the infinite symbol and then just spell solutions? Like the infinite symbol and
Wait,
then spell
for
solutions.
like infinite solutions, can we just write
Yeah, you could do that.
like x equals and then in the infinity symbol? Sideways 8.
It's actually a
No,
No?
because technically you're saying x equals infinity. And we're not really saying it that way. We're saying that there are an infinite number of possibilities of what x could be. you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyways, so that's all it is. It's pretty straightforward, right? If your x's cross out completely, if you have a true statement, it's an infinite solution. If you had a false statement, it's no solution, okay? That's all it is. So, so yeah, I'm gonna give you the homework. The question is,
Do you have enough time?
I'm just thinking if there's anything else I wanna do while I have you guys here. I think not. I think we're just gonna go with that, and we'll get you guys going.
Subscribe.
I'll just stop this thing.
Comment, leave a like.